A very good evening to everyone. On behalf of Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham, I take this opportunity to welcome you all to today's webinar on Is the Only Option. Today we have with us Maheshwara Chaitanya Swami and Mr. Sudhir to deliver the session. Once again, thank you all for joining
Good evening.
and before that, if you have these items, we will address at the end. Now,
Very,
without further ado, I would like to invite Maheshwara Chaitanya Swami.
very good evening, all. So today the topic is very clear. The question is whether the computer science engineering is the only option you have to pursue your career with engineering. So let me just start with a note, and of course this is from the companies like Cognizant Technologies, World Economic Forum, etc. Organizations like World Economic Forum, Cognizant Technologies, etc. So in future, we can see that there will be a rise of machines, and machines definitely need a man. Machines can in fact do more, much more, but there is always more to do. So the question here is, can a machine in its software or hardware form? So which means that if I have a mobile app, can it create itself? Can it market itself? Can it sell itself, deliver itself, feed itself, clean itself, fix itself? So you need a man behind a machine. So when we talk about computer science is a domain where there is software, majority of software development. You call it data analytics or artificial intelligence or machine learning or deep learning or any kind of software library, software application. Now the concept is that those software libraries or software platforms are being integrated with machines, and we call those machines as tools, which is of course used by people. So to imagine otherwise is to fall into a realm of science fiction or extrapolation. So we will start with a few video clips from the past movies, which I always have loved them. And the purpose of this session is to explore technologies related and related branches other than CSE, to give you a glimpse of how the technology will change in future. And the focus today is mostly on the communication platforms, communication opportunities in other branches other than CSE. And currently the thing is all the engineering aspirants are looking for CSE or AI. So do we need to change the thought process? So here we are not saying that computer science is bad, or you should not go for computer science. We are just saying that you need to explore the possibilities of other branches. You need to explore the technologies related with other branches and then choose, because who knows, your passion may be on that in that domain. It could be on that domain. So let us start with a video clip, and this is from the famous movie Terminator 2 Judgment Day, that was released in 1991. So in this movie, the famous actor Arnold Schwarzenegger is acting as a robot. And now we have seen that there are a lot of issues going on with data breach, data privacy. And we know that most of the social media platforms were asked to comply with the law of the country. So a robot is always built to ensure that that robot will not create any harm to the human beings. So let us see how a robot is able to analyze human beings and how the things will change in future. We will have a couple of videos to demonstrate how the robots will be used. So you saw the data being analyzed by the robot, and it is the robot is in fact scanning the whole area and finding out if there are any casualties. So this is the scanning part. So here you have to understand that the robot is embedded with a software, and so there is nothing called as uploading and downloading. It is done completely or fully automatic. So suppose if you want to scan some X-ray images, you need to have a software, and you will import the X-ray files into the software, and then the software will analyze. Here it is not the case. So it is able to tell you whether there are any human casualties. And imagine if this robot can communicate this data to some station where this data will be completely analyzed. So you need communication as the base, which is very, very critical nowadays. And we see that the 5G, the revolution of 5G will arise in near future. So this is one of the another movie. This is name is Eye in the Sky. It is from 2015. It's a military operation, and let us see how the technology has been used here. I'm sure that you might have watched all these movies, but I just wanted to emphasize how the technology can be used effectively, and it is not just the computer science that matters, but also the physical hardware or any machine that can embed, or where we can embed the software also in. And people say that the same concept was even used during the surgical strike, and we don't know whether it is true or not. So this is how the things work. The objects will be so minute, so small, and it will be able to access information with help of a image or with help of a sound or anything. But the same image is sent to a destination where again it is a computer, where it can analyze whether the object required is what we wanted or not. So this is a beetle, and this is basically it's a machine having computing power, having the processor, with the processor which can compute, which can analyze, and it is controlled at the base station. And he is sitting somewhere and is controlling the entire machine. So now the thing is, this is transmitted via satellite. This is via satellite, and this is a military operation. Imagine how much effort is taken by the people to transfer this data to through the satellite to a totally different geographical location. So this is how the things work. This is how the things will work in future. When you talk about autonomous cars, when you talk about electrical vehicles, when you talk about the aviation industry, this is how the data can be sent, and the communication becomes the backbone. It is not just the data, it is not just the hardware, but you need a very good communication system also. So this is how the surveillance is done. And I'm sure that you all are aware that even the state police is using drones to for the surveillance. And this may be a higher level of the same thing, because drone is visible and this may not be visible. So you can find out the exact location where it can be seated, and the person who is sitting at the other end will control the entire device. So this is how the things work. So when you talk about technology, in future it is going to be both software as well as hardware, and it is not just the hardware or not just the software. So this is a video released by Boston Dynamics. It is already there in YouTube channel. So this is how the manufacturing will take place in future. So this is specific for mechanical engineers, specific for electrical engineers, because all these requires power. And without power, it is impossible for a robot to function. Without power, it is impossible for an electric machine to function. Even for our mobile, we need power. So any device to function, it requires power. So power is something which is inevitable. You can understand how the things work here, because it has a camera. It is able to understand and recognize different objects, and there also you will see that there is an image processing that is happening, which means that each and every device will have the computing power. and that is what we call as vision. So robots are doing everything. Now, what will the human beings do? The human beings will be the people to manufacture, maintain these robots, test these robots. Now we see, we will go, and we will see another interesting thing. This is our understanding.
അമ്മയുടെ നിർദ്ദേശപ്രകാരം ഡിസാസ്റ്റർ അഫക്റ്റഡ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഏരിയാസിൽ എമർജൻസി മെഡിസിനും വാക്സിൻസും എത്തിക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടുള്ള ഡ്രോൺ ബേസ്ഡ് ഒരു കൺസെപ്ഷ്യൽ സിസ്റ്റമാണ് നമ്മളിവിടെ ഡെവലപ്പ് ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്നത്. ഈ സിസ്റ്റത്തിൻ്റെ പേരാണ് അമൃത ഫ്ലൈമെറ്റ് സിസ്റ്റം.
The Amrita Flymet system is an autonomous drone which can transfer materials to a desired location safely and reliably. This system is capable of flying autonomously, navigating through obstacles to reach its desired location. Oftentimes, when you're trying to drop a package, it is not possible to have the drone come down to the ground level. In such situations, the package needs to be dropped from a certain height. The students of Amrita Vidyalayam Pudhikav in the Disaster Management Club, launched by the Secretary of Kerala State Disaster Management Authority, have designed a solution to achieve just this. Their solution is a payload drop mechanism made out of a tensegrity of everyday materials such as bamboo and string, which can safely drop a mechanism and land without damaging it. We hope that with all these package solutions together, the Amrita Flymet systems becomes a robust and reliable solution which can be used to drop packages and to be able to deliver materials and medicines in an emergency or in a disaster.
So this is one of the products which we have developed at our campus. So this is how the future will be. Now, World Economic Forum says that in medicine, there will be painless injections and there will be painless tests also using the micro needles. And the needles are typically 1 to 100 microns wide. So this will be totally painless, and it will change the way in which the injection happens. Now, for chemical engineers, there is an innovation going on where this scientific approach employs sunlight to convert waste carbon dioxide into this needed chemical. So these chemicals will be used in medicines. These chemicals will be used in detergents, fertilizers, and textiles. Because the thing is now, how far are we protecting the environment, or how far are we trying to reduce the pollution? So these things also comes up when you talk about future technology. So even virtual patients. So this is totally digital, where the technology will replace the humans with simulations, and the clinical trials will be faster and safer. So when you talk about healthcare and the computer science, or healthcare and the computing technology, the important factor to understand here is a computer scientist will have to have the domain experience where this application is being deployed. For example, if you're writing a program to sequence the genomes or the healthcare data, you need to have a very good understanding about the data. So which means I'm no more just a programmer. I have to understand how the healthcare system works. For example, you have a mobile app which will tell you about your health. So on what basis will it compute, or on what grounds will it compute? So you need to have expertise on that domain also. Spatial computing is totally an interconnected smart home. So it clearly explains it is a human machine and machine to machine interaction, and it is part of the everyday life. It can be in the industry, healthcare, transportation, or even at a personal home. So now it is the entire devices at the home are connected, and there is something called as sensors that can control the objects, and which has already a connectivity with the internet. And this whole data will be pushed to the cloud, and it can do big data analytics. So when before reaching that computing or before reaching the analysis of the data or before the data is captured, there is something that will happen at the machine level, which is very, very, very important. So you can just see when she reaches the kitchen, the table moves to improve her access to the refrigerator and stove, then moves back when she is ready to eat. Later, if she begins to fall when getting into the bed, her furniture shifts to protect her, and alert goes to her son in the local monitoring station. So this is how you can think of how a civil engineer can design a smart home, because even the furniture, the walls, and everything will be embedded with the sensors. So electrical aviation is a very interesting field. Now that we are totally in the midst of the pandemic, the second wave, but the scientists and the researchers say that at least by 2030, and this was note that this was released in 2020. This report was released as part of the World Economic Forum, Future of the Technologies, and they say that by 2030, at least 100 passenger versions will be ready. On what grounds? The entire plane will be depending on the solar electricity. So it will totally change the game in the aviation industry. Now there is low carbon cement, and the manufacture of cement creates up to 8% of the human produced carbon dioxide. So this is how the civil engineers can think of changing the way in which the buildings are constructed, changing the way in which the infrastructure is constructed, how the materials can be used, and how it will help to protect the environment. So this is one of the designations as suggested by Cognizant Technologies. They say that there will be a post called as workplace environmental architect, and they say that it's a consultant where there will be three major categories: real estate acquisition, facilities management, and human-centered design, where the technology will also be part of designing this project, designing this building. And this is how the future of the civil engineers will look like. Chief climate response leader. This is very crucial in the coming years. We already know that we are using a lot of plastic and it goes as waste. So climate change is a major concern, and the role of the chief climate response leader is to champion the organization's leadership position in building a sustainable strategy, even in terms of construction. So whenever there is a large construction going on, the role of this climate response leader is to make sure that the organization is following a sustainable strategy. So quantum sensing, the naturally the quantum computing is nothing but things will get smaller and smaller, and you can see the autonomous vehicles will be able to see the corners around, and there will be underwater navigation systems, early warning systems for volcanic activity and earthquakes. So there will be the computing will be so small and the sensors will be so small that it will be capable of doing a mass computing. And now we can see that even there are portable scanners that can monitor a person's brain activity during the daily life. Serving the nature, and it is called as green hydrogen. There will be synthesis of genomes. This is next level cell engineering. So now when we go to the 5G, see now that almost all of us are working from our own home, or we call it as remote working. So there will be remote operations to manage the workplaces, generating data-driven insights. So as I told in the earlier slides during the earlier conversation, what I'm saying is before generating the data, there will be machines, and that is the next step. It is a connected transport system. So the entire transport system is connected, and the communication will enable the party to, a partly driverless future, making travel and transport more safer and efficient. Mass adoption will bring a new wave of smart and personalized services. So personalized service is already there now. You can just switch on a fan with the help of a wave. There is Alexa to capture your voice, decode the voice, and make sure that the operation is done, whatever the task is done. There is smart monitoring of asset management processes. Environmental protection is there. Autonomous robotics, real-time automation to improve the efficiencies, carrying out complex and repeatable, sometimes hazardous operational tasks. So these are the ways in which the 5G will be rolled out. Now let us see how the 5G will help, and this is more important for those who wish to pursue a degree in electronics and communication, electrical engineering, electronics and computer, or computer and communication. So industrial growth will definitely change in the coming years. In fact, you can see that in the upcoming slides. So pandemic has already forced to adopt the digital tools. And what happened is, whatever was expected to take place in the next 10 years, it has happened now. And what happened is, the transition has made us, face a lot of challenges. And the way in which we see the work now is totally different, from a totally different perspective. What you learn, what you used to learn in the classroom, and how you used to interact with the people, like your friends or your classmates or teachers or principals, now it is happening online. So how the perception has changed, and how this kind of communication can be upgraded with the help of 5G, and the opportunity to challenge the digital divide, because now we see that there are a lot of locations, the rural India, finding it hard to attend online classes. And just because of the failure of the deployment of the communication systems, and just because that there is no option for the students to access online classes. Now what will happen is, naturally, with the help of 5G rolling out, definitely things will change. And there will be the deployment of, I believe that even in India, it may not take more than 3 years. So what I'm saying is, when you think about your career, you have to think about what will happen after 4 years time. What will happen when you graduate, when you complete your B.tech program. And the key thing is that you have to understand a bit of economy. The public organizations and private organizations will come together to ensure that there are enough opportunities created. So how it will change, create an impact from this smart monitoring. It is on site. Smart monitoring, environmental protection, autonomous robotics, it is on site. Remote operation, it's on the move. That whatever we talked about, the connected transport, because now if you whenever you buy a car, there are a lot of options available, and one is GPS. So now you know that the country is trying to remove all the toll booths. There will be no toll booths at all. And now recently the transport minister said that they are planning to deploy GPS based toll collection. So what will happen? There will be no booth at all. You just pass by, reducing the time taken to drive, or reducing the consumption of the petrol, those things. And when you talk about the communities, just like smart home, it is experiential living. You are experiencing the technology, and by democratizing, you ensure that, see, you are problem solvers. You are expected to be problem solvers of the future, and you are expected to understand what is the problem faced by society or the country or the world, and you come up with a solution. So that solution has to be democratic, making sure that it is included or it is inclusive. Now just see how the projects have been taken place. The same thing, whatever I demonstrated, what happened in our campus, it is a model of using drones. See, all these cases, you will see that it's only machines and the computing power. Now, can you imagine how a robot can be manufactured? Can you imagine how this drone can be manufactured? And it is using the 3D printers. It is easily possible using 3D printers. For 3D printers, you need some kind of material to make sure that the model is the same. Whatever model you think and you visualize and you draw it in computer, it is printed digitally. Now, how do you design that? What is it that you need to design? The computers cannot design. So designing can be done only by a mechanical engineer or an electrical engineer. with the help of design thinking. So design thinking is an area where the concepts will be used. You visualize everything, you put it on the computer and ensure that the same mechanism, because it has to fly, it is in the air, it has to balance in the air. So that is very important. So for that you need engineering skills. So it is not just the computer that does everything. You need to have instructions given to the computer. Then only it can execute the tasks. So this may be little boring, but still I wanted to continue. So this is taken from one of the fame reports published by Cognizant Technologies in the US. So they say that the technology will be too high. The usage of technology will be too high by 2028. So they are talking about some important job positions. One is data detective. We can always say that it is something related with cyber security, but at the same time, when you read the explanation, investigation of the data generated by the Internet of Things, endpoints, devices, sensors, biometric monitors, traditional computing infrastructure, and next-gen fog, mesh, edge, neural capabilities. So you are not talking only about the data. You are also talking about from where the data is generated, the source of the data. And there is somebody called as AI business development manager. So business development manager is expected to understand how the devices work. And edge computing is nothing but you need to understand how the operations, the communication protocols, network functioning, everything works, even the uninterrupted supply of power, cooling, how much electricity was used, or how can we save electricity. So these things will come into picture. Now, naturally, the computing will happen along with the hardware or the device or the machine. So these all are some of the what do you say? Some of the technologies that will emerge in future. Now you can see AI-assisted healthcare technician, where the entire diagnose, everything is done from the remote area, or it is totally remote. So you access the doctors remotely. Now you can see that there are a lot of apps that came into picture when the pandemic started, and just with the help of a video call, you can always consult with the doctor. And there is something called a cyber city analyst. You have to monitor the entire city. It is not just one the software that you need to monitor, but also analyze the data generated from the smart homes. So man to machine teaming manager. So how will you train an officer who has the capacity to interact with the machines and increase the productivity? So it is a hybrid kind of experience and generate better business outcomes through human machine collaboration. So you identify the task, process, systems, experience that can be upgraded by newly available technologies, and imagine the new approaches. So the whole thing is about interacting with the machines. Quantum machine learning analyst, a well versed with quantum information processing devices and photonic circuits, quantum data, and machine learning techniques to develop well capitalized, revenue generating, industry specific solutions for the future. And see, whatever you take, whatever thing you take, the important fact is that you have to work closely with the machines. And the interesting thing is designation or post is called as highway controller, where you will work alongside colleagues in your city space control center, alternately monitoring the automated road and airspace management system to ensure that there is no error that could harm the life or property. So these are some of the job positions that will emerge in future. And you just imagine a smart home designer with civil engineering skills. So there is network connectivity, there is big data, there is smart grid, there is healthcare systems, there is infrastructure management, there is automation, there is cyber physical systems, and finally it is a smart home. So this is part of the Internet of Things. So Internet of Things will work only with the help of communication systems, and that is what we talk about the 5G and the sensors as well. So the future civil engineers will always have to think from this point of view. So how is India changing in terms of automobiles? So this is from the Mahindra and Mahindra group. and they are collaborating with different public sector organizations to ensure that they are able to deliver the vehicles for the Indian Army. So what do you think? The manufacturing will end if everybody goes to computer science? No. See, I'll tell my experience. I have been in this field for maybe for past 21 years. I started teaching computer science in maybe way back in 1998. So there was a boom of computer science and IT in 2000 as well as in 2008. Now it came down drastically in the year 2011 and 12, and it picked up only when in 2014, when the entire government was planning to move to the digital space. Now you just imagine what will happen if lakhs of students attending the JEE are all going to for computer science. All those who are those engineering aspirants, they go to computer science, and what will happen after 4 years time? You just imagine logically. So you explore the other opportunities in this engineering domain. CSE is not only the option, because I have seen the parents, the students, and teachers talking only about computer science. And when I ask them about other branches, they don't know what is the opportunity in mechanical engineering or electrical engineering or aerospace engineering. So these are the key concerns that will arise in future. You just imagine, see, 2.2 million beds are required over next 15 years. Healthcare can generate 5 lakh jobs every year. Pharmaceuticals is expected to reach 130 billion by 2030. Biotechnology will reach 100 billion by 2025. All these needs definitely need technological support. And manufacturing is going to be the most important sector, with the help of robotics and automated manufacturing. And if you see the robotic surgical navigation and imaging, development of surgical devices, implantable organs and ventilators are many other things which will emerge and which need engineers' help. It cannot be generated just with the software. You definitely need a design thinker. So this is the electric vehicle storm, and I just took some of the features of the vehicle because this is a recent startup, and they have already started accepting the orders. See, you see it is IoT enabled continuous monitoring system, and there is an assistance for parking. There is automatic vehicle following system they're planning to implement in future. So voice controlled user interface. So the entire automobile is IoT enabled. Gesture control shortcuts, mobile connectivity, USB and FM radio, onboard 20 GB music storage, and smart music playlist. So it has a touch screen interface with gesture and voice controls. And it has automatic vehicle following system, remote keyless entry, and it is 7-inch high brightness touchscreen, digital auxiliary touchscreens, fully customizable user interface, and in navigation, turn-by-turn navigation with voice. So these are the features that are available, that will be available in the electric car, and I think this is not that expensive. So these kind of startups will make sure that the pollution is controlled in our cities, because I believe the government is planning to reach something like 30% of the total vehicles in the country will be electric. So just imagine, electrical engineers will certainly have a role to play when Tesla is planning to invest or start a manufacturing unit in India. And you see the jump of the count. The electrical scooters, electrical rickshaws, electrical auto rickshaws, passenger car, and e-bus. Because I know even in Kerala, the Kerala State Transport Corporation, they brought almost a lot of electrical buses. So those electrical buses are used to ply in the towards the long route destinations. So they will naturally replace, almost all the buses will be soon replaced with electrical buses. And this is the way in which it will move forward. If you think the electrical vehicle sector, EV sector will definitely create jobs. Now, this is another domain, contactless health monitoring device that can save lives by simplifying the preventive healthcare for the common man. So, healthcare sector, it is not just biology and hospitals. It is also something called as wearable devices. Wearable devices will help us to understand our about the status of our health and make sure that you are given proper alert at the needed time. So this is again innovative, cost efficient digital transformation again, leveraging the power technology and AI. So there is physical protection and logical protection. You can see on both sides. The company is called as Vortex, and it is an ATM machine. So if you just go through the features, you will find that there is a cash slot camera, there is an intelligent portrait camera, digital video surveillance system. So everything is embedded with the ATM machine. So the conclusion is, whenever you plan to, whenever you decide a branch, engineering branch, make sure that you explore all the branches in detail and understand your passion and interest. Choose the branch wisely. After all, most of the domains are getting into multidisciplinary nature. Multidisciplinary means AI in healthcare, AI in banking sector, AI in agriculture. And a CS engineer, computer science engineer, will not be just confined to software development. He may have to study even biology. So this is the critical fact you need to think of. So this is only the first session. We will have more sessions in the coming weeks. We are trying to focus more on robotics and automation also, so that you'll get a better picture of the other branches in engineering domain. So I believe the there are some comments. I think CSC is not only the option, but coming to salaries and companies, most of us know that CSC was high. What do you say about this? There is no such thing. I don't believe so, because I know my the students whom I taught in mechanical engineering, they are working with companies like Toyota, Hyundai, etc. See, salaries is completely a matter with performance and skills. So, if you are able to perform well, because I know when the companies like Caterpillar come to our campus, they ask specifically for mechanical engineers who understand software. So that is what I said. It is multidisciplinary in nature. Mechanical engineer is not just working with the machines, but also with computers. So that is the way in which you should think. And if you are getting enough time, please go through portals like Coursera, where you will find courses on design thinking. Thank you. Thanks a lot for the patient listening. Now let me invite Sudhir to do the continue with this session on admission process.
Sir, thank you for that wonderful session. You gave us lot of insights regarding what all branches available for the students and what kind of opportunities available for them. So students, you should be curious about all these branches, because I'll give you one example, like how the industries will behave in the coming days is, if you have skills, how much ever salary you want, they will be paying you. So it's as simple as that. Like if you want to purchase a smartphone today, if you like the features, you'll spend 10,000 or 20,000 on it. You will purchase that mobile because you like the features of that smartphone. Likewise, if a company is coming to hire you, so if they got the desired skill sets which are useful for their company, they will pay you how much salary you want. It's up to you, people, to understand the required skill sets of these industries. Do regular research, do search about all these things in Google. You have the resources available with you at your fingertips. So research about all these branches and all the opportunities available to you. So I will be talking about the admission process, Amrita admission process. Of course, a lot of you students are very eager and asking more questions about when will be the phase 2 exam and how many marks are there. I mean, what is the process, is there objective questions or not. I'll be giving you brief about all this admission process. So all of you know about our university. We are one of the prominent private institution in our country. So we are ranked fourth in NIRF rankings, and we are A grade accreditation by NAC also. So our main motto is to give you today application oriented learning. So whatever you have learned today in our college, we want you to apply it to solve the problems which are faced by our society. So that should be the way forward. So whatever you have learned today, you should be able to apply in real life and solve the problems faced by the society or humanity. So it's as simple as that. Take about any app which is designed today, either Zomato, Swiggy, or Ola or Uber. They are solving a problem faced by our uh, us. So what kind of problems they are solving? Of course, you will be knowing about Amazon and Flipkart are solving shopping issues and all, and Ola and Uber are solving our travel issue. So likewise, Zomato and Swiggy is solving about our food delivery and all. So likewise, every technological advancements is a problem solver. So whatever problem you are facing today, you should be able to apply the technology which you have learned in your UG and try to make innovations and try to come up with new products and develop more designs and all. So Amrita University not only offers engineering, so we also offer art, media and journalism courses, humanities, management, and allied healthcare, medicine and sciences. We have almost 20,000 to 50 plus students studying in our universities, and almost 470 plus faculty members are there, and 800 plus PhD faculty, 207 programs, 15 constituent schools, and 6 campuses. So a lot of students are asking how many campuses are there now. So for engineering, I think there are only 4 campuses up and running now, but there are proposed campuses coming up maybe in the coming academic year. One is in Faridabad and one is in Amaravati, which is in Andhra Pradesh. So the 4 campuses which are available for you to choose from are Bangalore, Chennai, Amritapuri, and Coimbatore. So if you want to study engineering in these colleges, you can pursue engineering courses. So, okay. So we also have international collaborations. Lot of students want to pursue their higher education, maybe your MS, or they want to complete their final year of UG in a foreign university. We are also collaborated with lot of foreign universities. We can do go on a student exchange program, or you can do a dual degree program, or you can complete your higher academics, maybe PhD or MS in these universities. So we will be giving you that opportunities to you also. So you can also avail when you are doing UG these kind of programs if you join Amrita University. These are some of the university names. So there are a lot more collaborations also. If you go to our web page, you will get lot more information. So a lot of people are asking what is the eligibility criteria today if you want to write our engineering exam, or if you want to get into Amrita University. The basic eligibility is you need to have minimum 55% of marks in physics, chemistry, mathematics. So overall the aggregate should be 60%. So one more option you have is lot of students today they are writing JEE mains. Through JEE mains also we are allowing you students to join Amrita. So based on your the scores which you have received in JEE mains, some of the students might have received 99%, 95%, 93%. Using those scores you can apply for Amrita. So there are 2 more phases. If your score JEE means score is less, try to improve those things, improve your scores and try to apply to Amrita using that scores. And our we are having our own exam which is AEEE Amrita Engineering Entrance Exam. So already phase 1 is completed, Amrita Engineering Entrance Exam. Phase 2 will be happening in June. So June 11th to 14th, I will be giving sharing you details regarding that also. And one more option is Pearson undergraduate entrance exam. Like JEE mains, this is also an entrance exam. Which is available to you using these scores and using SAT subject specific scores also. So you can apply for Amrita. So these 4 options are available for you to get into Amrita. And one more thing is lot of students are asking, is there any scholarship? So what is the maximum or minimum fee structure? So all these things you people are asking. There is scholarship available for you students, but it's solely based on the merit or rank you secured in AEEE or the score you got in JEE mains. Based on this only we will be giving you scholarships. So based on this thing you might be in top 10% or top 20% or top 30% or top 40%. Likewise there will be 4 slabs and 4 fee structures available for you. For more information go to amrita.edu/btech. You will have simple tab about fee structure, do visit and get more information from the web page. Okay, so what is the selection process? How we will be selecting? Suppose a student applied through JEE mains and AEEE, both he has applied. What we will be considering is through which mode he is getting a better seat and better college. We will consider that score. If he is getting a better seat through JEE mains, we will be considering that. Or if he is considering a better seat in college through our AEEE exam, we will consider that. So you will be having an added advantage if you are writing both exams. So please, students who have applied through only JEE, they can apply for AEEE also, or students who have applied through only AEEE exam, you can apply through JEE mains also. So it will be an advantage for you people. You will be in a better position to get a better branch and better college. Okay, so how we will be conducting this exam is, the exam will be conducted in two modes. So as of now, the first phase is was conducted in remote proctored mode. Remote proctored mode means you can write the exam from your home. If you are having a laptop and a stable internet connection, you can write the exam from your home. And center based mode, but as of now, considering the circumstances created by this pandemic, we have postponed the center based mode. But based mode predominantly happens in south only. North India, it's not available. Any North Indian student who wants to write the exam, they can avail the exam in remote proctored mode. And we are conducting the exam in three phases. So first phase already completed, April phase, April 17th and 18th. Lot of students have written the exam. Students who wrote the exam in April can also apply for June phase. They can pay extra 600 rupees and they can improve their marks, and they can write phase 2 in June. So July session, as of now, we have not fixed the dates. So we will be informing you what dates, on what dates July session will be happening. The syllabus is same. So like whatever you've been studying in your CBSE board exams or state board exam, but slightly we have reduced whatever the government has reduced, or JEE main has reduced the syllabus considering this pandemic and online classes situation. So the syllabus is same syllabus which has been followed by CBSE and state board. For more information, you can anyway visit our website. We have mentioned the topics also there, about what all you need to read. So the exam will happen for 90 minutes and 60 questions will be there. Physics, chemistry, mathematics, English top subjects will be there. And for each correct answer you will be awarded 3 marks, and for each wrong answer you will be awarded -1. As I have told, the seat allotment or rank will be announced only after all the three phases are completed. Lot of students are asking, in April I got 130 marks, I got 120 marks, what seat I will get? We are not in a position to tell what you will get, because all the students who have written in April are have applied again for June to improve their marks. Even students who got 150 also, they want to get 180 out of 180, they have applied also. So please don't post the questions in the chat box. So students, we can only tell you after the ranks are announced which college and which seat will be allotted to you. So that rank will be announced only after all the three phases are completed. And this centralized seat allotment process means, so for all the four colleges at a single point of time only, we will be distributing or allotting the seats. Okay, so what are the branches offered? So aerospace engineering, chemical engineering, civil engineering, computer science engineering. So computer science engineering and artificial intelligence, as we have discussed today, AI and cybersecurity might be having a good opportunities in the coming years. And electronics and communication engineering, electrical and communication engineering. So these are the branches offered. If you want to know more about the course structure also, you can visit the website and you will get that information. So what is that exam pattern which I have told? There will be 60 questions, four answers will be there. It's multiple choice, so the exam is multiple choice, it's not descriptive. And 3 marks for the correct answer, -1 for wrong answer. So these are the number of questions per each subject. So physics you will get 15 questions, chemistry you will get 10 questions, mathematics you will get 30 questions, and English 5 questions. So duration is 90 minutes, that means 1.5 hour duration you will be getting it. Okay. Okay. What are the important dates? Students who have applied, completed your application process for phase two, or students who are going to apply, please try to complete the application process or submit your willingness. So students who have applied also, you need to submit willingness. Willingness in the sense, I am willing to write phase two, which will be happening on June 11th and 14th. So you need to log into your AOAP portal. That means your application portal. Go to step two, and you need to change, or you need to give the willingness. Some of the students who are writing, who have opted for CBT mode, lot more students have opted for center based test. So but we are not conducting the center based test in phase 2. They can log in into the application portal and change from CBT to RPOE mode. So please make sure, all of you who have applied through CBT, if you have the required resources to write the exam from your home, please change the mode from CBT to RPOE. So do this activity before June 5th. Whoever applied before June 5th, whoever submitted their willingness before June 5th, only will be considered for the exam from June 11th to 14th. Please inform your friends if they are now, if they haven't attended this session. Like June 5th is the last date, and slot booking will be starting from June 7th to 9th. So students, don't worry if you like, a lot of students are asking or calling when will the slot booking happens and all. Slot booking mail will be sent to you on June 6th. So how to book the slot, each and every instruction will be there in the mail. So if you are receiving mails from Amrita, please do read them carefully, because we are sending useful information to regarding phase 2. So if you want to book a slot, please complete it from June 7th to 19th, June 7th to 9th. So we will be sending you mail or instructions how to book the slot. And after booking the slot only, you will be able to write the mock exam in the sense, so that's an exact trial exam which, like June 11th to 14th, whatever you are going to write, using the same platform, same pattern, we will be conducting a trial exam for you from June 8th to 10th. So please write the practice exam also. It's mandatory. If you want to write phase 2 on June 11th to 14th, you need to write the practice exam from June 8th to 10th. So a lot of students are asking how to install Sublite. So how to install that software, students who have attended the yesterday session. So we will be sending you on Monday or Tuesday the instructions to install the Sublite. But even after you are installing Sublite, you can only log in to the Sublite portal on June 8th only. Okay, so phase 3 also might be happening in July first week, but phase 4 we might conduct if there is any change from your state board or CBSE board examination. As of now, these are tentatively we might conduct phase 4, but we are to give you confidence or to give you some boost, so we are giving sharing this information. We might conduct phase 4, but as of now we will be conducting 3 phases only. But some of the students might be in a difficult phase. My board exams are exactly on the same dates of phase 3. So for those students, considering their problems, we might give you a phase 4 also. And publication of rank will happen only on September first week. So and seat allotment process also will start in September second week. So if any further changes are there, we will be informing you through mail. Okay, so and to help you students, because a lot of students these days are feeling tensed about the board exams and about these competitive exams. So to brush up your knowledge about plus 2, and to give you a proper acquaintance with the engineering topics which you are going to face, so we will be conducting a bridge course for all of you students. We will send a mail to you, because all of you have attended classes today online, so it will be a difficult phase for you people to move from plus 2 to engineering without going to a physical class. So to help you students, we will be offering you a bridge course also. It's free of cost, all of you can attend it. You will be, it will help you to understand basic fundamentals and basic application oriented topics, or application oriented learning will help you a lot more. So these kind of bridge course you should attend. We will be sending you mail regarding this also. And lot of students are asking, I have a lot more doubts and I want to interact with counselors. This, go to this Amrita website, www.amrita.edu/btech. You can see in the inquiry the phone numbers of our tele counselors. Please call them, interact with them. If you have any doubt, or you are unable to log into the some portal, or you are unable to take an exam, write up a mail to btech@amrita.edu. I hope lot of you are having lot more doubts. Please keep posting your questions in the chat box so that it will be easy for me to answer. And please ask questions regarding your engineering branches also, because today you all of you got lot more information about the opportunities in various branches. So please think about these things also and keep posting your questions now. I'll be open to answering all your queries now. Nija, I think you can ask the questions now.
Thank you for a wonderful session. So the first question is, what are the requirements for RPE mode of exam?
So students, because yesterday also I have discussed, if you want to write the remote proctored online exam, basic things you require is you need to have a webcam. So if you are writing in a desktop, you need to have a webcam and you need to have a microphone. If you are having a laptop, then microphone and webcam is sorted out. So these are the basic requirements, and it's better if you have a Windows operating systems.
Thank you. The next question is, how is robotics related to computer science? Can you hear me?
What was that, Nija?
Why is robotics related to computer science?
See, I think I already about that. The thing is, the important factor is that for a device to work, you need a computer program. And when we talk about artificial intelligence, and that closely works with robotics. So as I showed you the video of that Arnold Schwarzenegger acting as a robot, he's able to each and everything, right? So that analysis can happen only if there is a computer program embedded in the device or the robot. So that is how it is. See, a robot can have intelligence only if there is computing power, and that is how CSE is closely related with robotics.
Thank you, Swami. The next question is, it is better to apply for AEEE or JEE to join Amrita.
So students, I have already informed you, because students who are applying through both modes, both JEE mode and AEEE mode, will have an added advantage, because we will compare the scores of JEE and we will compare the scores of AEEE. Based on these scores, if you are getting a better seat, we will consider that. So there are 60% seats reserved per AEEE entrance examination and 30% for JEE mains. So please keep in mind, if you will be having an added advantage if you are applying through both.
Thank you. The next question is, what is the difference between CSE and CSE with specialization?
Do you want to take it, Sudhir?
Yes, sir. So students, lot of students today are confused between this engineering branches. Like, some of you are aware of this traditional engineering branches like ECE, computer science and all, but these days there are specializations coming up like artificial intelligence, cyber security. What it is you will get an in-depth knowledge of these topics. So because these are in demand courses, so that's why universities are including these specializations. So artificial intelligence is required today, so the students need to learn more about artificial intelligence. So if you are having that specialization means, so we will be giving you more knowledge regarding that, and you will be able to crack jobs or get jobs in that domain easily. So if you are having that specialization in your engineering branch, so that will be the use, that will be the main difference.
Thank you, Sudhir. The next question is, what is the difference between ECE and EEE? Which branch has better prospects?
So as lot more students, you should understand, so communication engineering and triple electrical engineering, so it's basic simple thing is, so electrical engineer deals with a high power equipment, like people who work in NTPCs, or people who work in hydrothermal power stations. So these people deal with high powered equipment, but electronics and communication engineers, they work with transistors, so small devices like that doesn't require high voltage power and all. So you should understand these both have correlation. I mean, both are correlated. Sometimes both will have a similar topics to work on. But if you are working as an electronics and communication engineer, you can get into specializations like chip designing, or you can work as a 5G communication engineer. So these kind of things will be there. But if you are working in or if you are getting into EEE a branch, you can work on AC and DC motors, or this kind of machinery also. So both have equal opportunities, and both subjects sometimes might correlate, but this will be the main difference.
Thank you, Sudhir. The next question is there job opportunities in mechanical and ECE other than research and development?
So every has equal opportunities, as Swami has told before me. So every branch is having equal opportunities today, but it is up to you to understand those opportunities and grab those opportunities. Because being a developing country like India, we have continuous need of infrastructure development. So civil engineers will be having a boom. And or being a developing country, we our power lines, do you know how old our power distribution lines are? They are 50 to 60 years old. We need to lay new lines. So how many electrical engineers, or what kind of technological advancement we should do to have a seamless power supply? So this kind of advancements might will be happening, and for every branch there are equal opportunities. Do not think only mechanical engineers and engineers will be having research oriented jobs and all. So you will be having equal opportunities, because you can work in robotic sector also. As some of my friends used to say, so mechanical engineers will be having a wide spectrum of opportunities. So they can work in technological sector, and they can work in manufacturing sector, so they can work in logistics sector. So a lot more opportunities will come if you are in mechanical engineer.
Sudhir. The next
So ECE students usually work in electronics and communication. So how a robot communicate or transmit the data? So that should be done through electronics and communication engineer, right? So if a robot wants to work properly, so there should be a chip which should be in that robot. So who designs that chip? So software is given by a computer science engineer. So all of you are using smartphones, right? So there is a chip inside it, of course Intel Pentium core chips. So you might have heard these things, or you might have saw some ads in TVs. So who designs this chip? VLSI people, so very large scale integrated people, which is a specialization for ESC. So you should understand that opportunity.
Thank you, Sudhir. The next question is there any additional chance for AEEE as Lite showed error in negative marking for EEE phase 1?
So students who have attended the test on April 17th, so please remember, we are offering retest for all those people, because on April 17th, the test, AEEE test, phase 1 test, which we have conducted, there was a technical glitch and no negative marking was thrown, or no negative marking was shown in the instructions. So for all the students, to give them a benefit, or to rectify that technical glitch, we are offering a retest on June 5th. Maybe you will be receiving a mail on Monday or Tuesday regarding this retest. So you please check your mail regarding this. So students who have only taken the test on April 17th have faced this issue.
Thank you, Sudhir. The next question is how can a child complete step 4 in registration process who is waiting for plus 2 exam results?
So students, lot of students are confused. I haven't completed my plus 2, and I haven't got my marks, and how can I complete step 4 in the application process? Don't worry, students. So we will be giving you option to fill these details until the August or seat allotment process. So as I have told, seat allotment process might be in September. Until that time, this portal will be open to you. If you have wrote JEE, so you want to edit those marks, you can straight away log in and edit those marks. So this portal will be available to you until the seat allotment process completes. So please make sure you can edit or make changes until that time. As of now, if you have completed the payment and received the application number, your application is successful. So you can make changes to your academic details later also.
Thank you, Sudhir. The next question is, what are the job opportunities for aerospace engineering?
See, aerospace engineering can have opportunities in government organizations like ISRO. They can work in these organizations. You can work in SpaceX or like organizations, or also you can work in commercial airlines manufacturing units also. So, or you can work in satellite communication. So you have both government related opportunities. You can work in DRDO also if you are an aerospace engineer, or you can work in this private organizations like SpaceX and all. So our India might invest in, because they are asking private players to come into space research and all. Like ISRO, there might be a new company in the coming days. So you might be having opportunities there also.
The next question is there any campus interview for chemical engineering?
So of course there are campus interviews. So who are earning more in this pandemic time? The chemical engineering people, because these people work in pharmaceutical companies and drug design companies. So these people are earning more these days because they are developing medicine for COVID. And now all of us are more aware of the health, and all of us want to take care of our health. So we are consuming a lot more immunity boosting tablets, and also this kind of drug designing will be having a boost in the coming 10 to 12 years. So the you chemical engineering people who can work in these kind of pharmaceutical companies. Of course you might know about Dr. Reddy's labs, and lot more companies are there, big companies.
Is there civil engineering in Amritapuri campus?
So students, you are confused about what branch is available in which college. So I'll give you a proper idea. If you once you go to this website, you'll get an idea. So what was the question? What which branch?
Civil engineering is available in Amritapuri campus.
So civil engineering is not available in Amritapuri campus, students. So it's available only in Coimbatore. So in Amritapuri, computer science engineering, computer science, artificial intelligence, electrical and computer engineering, and electronics and engineering. So mechanical engineering. So these branches are available in Amritapuri. So in Coimbatore only civil engineering is available.
Thank you, Sudhir. So that's all from the students.
Sure, sure. Thank
Thank
you,
you,
thank you.
thank you everyone for joining. Thank you, Sudhir. Thank you, Maheshwara, for such a wonderful session. So we'll see you next time for some other session. We will be letting you know via mails. Keep checking your mails for updates regarding new sessions. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.